Hello, everyone. Oh, come on. Hello, everyone. So when Sahari asked, who wants to make $1 million? I'm going to ask that question again. Who wants to make billions of dollars? Now, who wants to give away billions of dollars? Wow, okay, it was almost there. Usually, people are very, very excited that's why you're here, to come and learn how to make all this money. But like what Majid said, I've never seen a dead person take it with them. And the one thing that is sure in this life are two things. You've heard of it. What are the two things? Death and taxes. And guess what? You're going to go with the clothes that you're wearing or whatever your loved one thinks is best for you to take with you. But what you can leave behind that makes a difference, I know that all of us here, we want to be able to change lives. We want to be able to make a difference. And what I have to get back out of here, sorry. What I want to share with you is how you can change your life and the life of other people simultaneously. Who wants to do that? Yeah. The people that have made the most impact on my life, now that they've gone and they're no longer on this earth, when I think of them, I think of how they made me feel more than anything. When you were kids, do you wish that your parents had bought you more stuff? Or do you wish that they had been better parents and spent more time with you? Yeah? Do you wish that they'd spent more time with you and been more closer? And so why do we then grow up and then we start to chase after more stuff? And we fall into this lie that we believe in our culture that somehow this is going to make us better people. I love real estate. I'm a real estate investor just like you. This is one of the properties that I have invested in with a partner, worked with on. I'm passionate about it. I think it's an amazing way to leave a legacy. I think it's an amazing way to create an income. I think it's an amazing way to create wealth. But when I leave this earth, which I will one day, it's just a matter of time, I don't necessarily want to be remembered for this. I want to be remembered for the people whose lives I touched. I want my son to know that I was a great mom to him and that he misses me, not because he had something left from me in his will. Because guess what? He's strong enough to make his own money. This is a building that we built 10 years ago. 10 years ago this year, we built this in Simba Untabima, a small clinic. At the time, it cost us just under $100,000. And when I was there, when we first went to that village, I met a whole bunch of people and I was speaking. And we were talking with the villagers afterwards, and I specifically remember a woman, and she was heavily pregnant. And she looked really sad. She came up to me, she was speaking in her language. Thank God when I'm there, we have interpreters. So I had an interpreter ask me, what was she saying? And she started to tell me her story, because we were dealing with maternal and infant mortality. That's the whole goal of what we do in Sierra Leone, to basically make sure moms don't die in the process of childbirth, and that children can live beyond their 5th birthday. So this woman began to tell me how she was pregnant, she was expecting, but she had no live children. And this was her 7th pregnancy. 7. When you get pregnant in this country, how many of you have been to a baby shower? It's common. How many of you seen the announcements on Facebook? They put the ultrasound pictures. People don't do that in Sierra Leone, ever. Ever. They don't do a baby shower before the baby's born, and you don't dare put an ultrasound picture up because you don't know if the baby's going to make it or if you're going to make it. Because of our intervention, and this $100,000, it was 80,000 American, it was about 100,000 Canadian at the time. Her life was changed. She gave birth to her 7th child, who is now living. This is her. But you know the thing about trauma, for those of you who have ever experienced trauma in your life, whether it was an abusive father or abusive parent, or something that repeatedly happened to you over and over again, you get a little hesitant, right, when you move forward, because it's hard to leave that thing behind or that feeling. Even if it's a feeling of rejection or the idea that maybe nobody likes you, nobody wants you, you begin to believe that. So when I met Tara's mother, the next year when I went by, I was looking for her, like, where is she? Did she give birth? What happened? And this was when I first met her, and I was holding Tara in here. I asked her, what's the name of your baby? And she looked at her 5-month-old, and she said, well, I haven't named her yet, because she was afraid that she was also going to lose this one. I said, no, she's going to stay. You're good. What are you going to name her? This is the first child named after me in Sierra Leone. Yeah. Her name is Tara. She's almost 11 years old. She's a smart cookie. She speaks French and English because she goes to a school that teaches French as well. And I call her my daughter because she feels like she's my daughter. I want to be remembered for that. How much is her life worth to you? Can we put a number on it? Now, Tara is one of hundreds. In that clinic that I showed you, we've built 3 now. We usually have about 12 to 14 babies born every single month. And since we did that intervention 10 years ago, there has not been a single death. No child, no mother in any of those villages. Yeah. She changed my life. She changed my life. People tell me all the time, please, do not come up to me this weekend and tell me how amazing I am. Don't do it. Because I cringe when you tell me that, because I'm not. Because the more that I do it, the more I realize I really am not. They have changed my life more than anything. Christine's sitting here crying because she's come with me to Sierra Leone. And if you ever have the opportunity to go, which by the way, we have a trip coming up at the end of this year, so come, it will change your life. This is Peter and Corey. Corey has also been to Sierra Leone. They're real estate investors just like you. For many years, they had 4 kids, young children. She was a stay-home mom. He was an investor. They couldn't really afford to donate much, but they gave $100 a month for many years because they said, we've just seen what you do. We're so passionate about it, so we want to change lives. Ordinary people doing ordinary things, but making a huge difference for eternity. They were just like you. They're one of our biggest supporters because the people who support us the most give on a regular basis, on a monthly basis. That's the thing that actually changes things. So they sponsored 2 kids because it's about $50 to sponsor a child. I'm going to get back to them in a second. But your cash flow is highest when you let your cash flow. I believe in the law of reaping and sowing, the law of receiving and giving. You do not accumulate wealth by just trying to make the numbers work and getting more and more and more. Because there is a supernatural law that says whatever you sow, you will reap in multiplication. And sometimes we don't understand that. Because sometimes the things that we do, has anyone here ever had the factor of luck where you just found a really good deal in real estate, you don't even know how you got it? Anyone here? I get those. Sometimes it's actually not because you're smart. It's because you've probably done something in your past, or your parents have done something in your past to allow those things to be attracted to you. In the same way, when it comes to giving, cash needs to flow and not just accumulate, otherwise it stays stagnant. And you build equity by building equity in the lives of others and equity in your life and in your future. Appreciation, you're going to grow by joining this movement. Your life and your future is going to appreciate. And let's talk about flipping. The thing that novice investors usually do, and I have done that too, you can flip a future and make changes. This is a property on the start of my real estate journey that I bought, a little 4-plex. And it was sitting on the market for a long time, and nobody wanted it. But I thought, okay, well, maybe I can see what to do with it. Like, it was literally on there for almost a year. mold in there. The guy was a slumlord, he owed taxes. We negotiated, settled on a deal, I picked it up. This is what it looked like. Usually, most of us will run away from something like that. But when we were done, this is what it looked like. And we quadrupled the rents in that unit after it was done, quadrupled. And then it became the highest performing property. It was a small town, and so then when I sold it, everybody wanted to buy it. It went from this to this. And we understand that as real estate investors in terms of what flipping looks like and changing a property. It's really exciting to me actually, because I enjoy seeing something go from that to, from this to this. This is Fatmata. Remember I told you about Peter and Corey? She was one of the kids they sponsored. Right from when she joined us as an orphan, this picture was taken 2 days ago. She graduated, not from high school, because we went beyond high school. We sponsored her for 3 years to learn how to do catering and cake decorating, so she's independent and she makes money on her own. Yeah. So I really loved flipping that house, but this, when I see this, it does something to me that I can't get from just seeing a house flipped. So what does this have to do with you? Well, this amazing man sitting over here, Alfonso, the godfather of real estate, is one of the kindest and most generous people I know. You are very fortunate to be part of an organization, Wealth Genius, that is not just about making money, but it's also about changing lives. So Alfonso, he said, hey, I want to do something with you, Tara, because I know what you do and I really want to make a difference too in the lives of people. And one of the things that we both share a passion in is that I don't really care where the benefit goes. My parents, people think all the time I'm from Sierra Leone. My parents are originally from Nigeria. I was born in Montreal, Canada, so I'm Canadian. I work in Sierra Leone. I don't have a connection there. It doesn't matter to me because we're all human beings at the end of the day. Alfonso is not building a school in El Salvador, although I know he wants to, but he just saw where the need was. I work in Sierra Leone. I work here in Alberta. I work with our First Nations communities because they also struggle with some of these things that we work in. At the end of the day, when I cut you, the blood is the same color. I don't care if you're blue, black, red, China, Afghanistan, I'll go anywhere if it means that lives are changed. And so you have an opportunity to invest into this school that we're building and many other buildings, because Alfonso and I have talked about doing this over and over and over again. These are the boys right now who are part of attending this school that is not yet built. Right now they attend school under a tree. As you can imagine, that's not very motivating. So what will happen to them if they drop out? Do they become armed robbers, drug dealers, or they get on drugs? The best case scenario if they don't have a school is they just live on $1 a day, that's a statistic, and just be like their parents who are farmers. And that's what we're trying to change. And so I'm asking you to join us. Join us, not just by changing other people's lives, but trust me in this, that when you join us on this journey, you will be changed. Because again, my life has been transformed far more than I feel like I've changed anybody's life. Because again, it does something to you. And you can give of your time, you can give of that treasure, you can give of your talent. Some people here gave of my talent. Morgan, who's standing right there, donated something to our silent auction, the company, and they're helping us in Freedom Tree to trying to put reels out there in social media, things that I'm not very good at. They're donating their talent to us. Help us, yeah. I started a podcast. Steve Hamon, I don't know if he's in this room somewhere. Steve, are you here? He's going to come up and speak at some time later. But if you have a chance to, he's really good at doing podcasts. And he donated a package to Freedom Tree so that I can start a podcast, because I had no clue what I was doing, and I can spread the word about what we were doing. That's donating your talent. So there is no excuse. The worst thing you can do is do nothing. The worst thing you can do is do nothing. Don't leave here just trying to grab as much as you can. Leave here knowing that you've left something behind. Help us build this school. So we have $55,000 at the start of this that we wanted to finish. Our goal, because somebody offered to match if we raise $10,000 and above, was to raise another $10,000. This is where we're at, $4,500. Help us finish it. Yeah. Thank you. I'm out of time, but please scan the QR code and come talk to us at the back to find out more.